a finicky connection.
You're up now.
All right, we'll just try not to touch anything, assuming we're now live.
I can see myself. Can you guys hear us?
Oh, boy.
What an intro.
What an intro. It's been 2 months. We've gotten no better at any of this.
We might have gotten worse.
We might have. I'm going to wait for a sec. We'll get some confirmation here. Massage chair at Planet Fitness. My goodness. Can people hear us? Because we've been having a lot of trouble. Hey, we're live.
All
Thanks,
right.
Bots and Blasters. Perfect. Yeah. Thanks so much, everyone who joined. Not Enough Nerf. Hello, Alina. Bots and Blasters. All chilling with my foamies. Thanks very much. I'm really glad to be here. Matt, I don't know if you're glad to be here.
I'm just kind of forced to be here.
You are forced to be here.
Yeah,
Forced
I'm
Nerf friend. I gave you the summer off for your
You
wedding.
did. Thank you. I appreciate it.
We did no streams.
streaming.
We haven't done a stream in a couple months now.
Yeah.
But I am hoping in the fall to get a little bit more regular.
Okay.
Regular in all ways. I'm going to improve my diet. I'm going to get healthier. And I'm going to do more streams.
All right. I'll have my agent contact your people.
Please do. Yeah, that would be... We got to work out a contract I can afford.
Okay.
It's Nerf for nothing. You know what? It is... I mean...
Okay, bye.
No, I mean, I will always be... You can have as many people jumping all over Hasbro and Nerf as you want. I'll always love all the Nerf stuff, all the new stuff. I love it for the goofy fun. But obviously I love lots of other stuff too. This is kind of a... Oh, we got a question already, Matt. How is the honeymoon?
The honeymoon did not happen.
No, they're still married. It's fine.
Still married, but we had passport issues, so we postponed until that's all resolved. I don't want to spend any money, book anything, and then the passport not show up in time.
No, that would be bad. You didn't cancel it because of the stream.
No, God, no.
Wow, you could have told me that you did, and really got some good friend street cred. Let's get to the video. I mean, this is the video. This is kind of what the stream is.
Welcome to the stream.
The stream. There's some chatting.
An hour and 12 minutes of rambling.
Yeah. There's other videos that are way more concise. I have a lot of shorts, so if you're looking for something on a topic, we can definitely hook you up there. All right. So we are here. We are going to talk a bunch on this stream about gel blasters. I kind of feel like I have to because I have 800,000 of them now.
Very quickly, you amassed an entire arsenal.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of companies out there doing gel blasters,
For sure.
And I mean there's a lot of companies too that are like, I mean there's lots of companies selling like the same ones. There's like some drop shipping stuff and all that. So there's like a mass of these going out there. And I will say for me, I mean, you'll always get an honest opinion and a review. Generally, if someone contacts me and says, can I send you something? I say, yes,
Yeah, for sure.
you can. To that fact, I'm going to have an upcoming stream where we live stream playing this game called Hot Ones, where there's a high Scoville count hot sauce thing. It's a board game. That might seem super weird for Nerf, but my partner and his wife, they have a board game cafe that they're reopening. So it's actually not that disjointed. When I do that stream, I'll probably add some sort of extra Nerf rule or something in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally, if it comes my way, I'm just a nerd in my basement. I'm pretty excited if anyone says, do you want to talk about
free
this?
stuff, yeah.
I mean, I want to keep it somewhat tied to the channel. I don't want to go on too many tangents and stuff or tie it back in, but I definitely enjoy that quite a bit. Let's see here. There better be foam. There will definitely be some foam. We can't. I would never be maritime gel. So before we start going through some of these kind of neat gel blasters, I did think it would be. I kind of wanted to give like my little bit of a preamble, quick preamble on gel. Like I'll always at its core be a Nerf guy. I do like gel stuff. To me, it doesn't have quite the hobbyist level appeal to me personally of like modding. People do mod. I've been meaning to do some mods to one of these to just up the voltage a little bit. A lot of these are 7.4 volt. You can up these to 9 volt in a lot of cases. I mean, it's just like with airsoft, you can get into issues with the gearboxes and stuff if you do that, especially with the less expensive ones. But I do want to mess around with that a little bit. A lot of these blasters kind of run the gamut from like 110, 115 FPS up to some that are 175. So that's kind of cool. The
dogs are going crazy.
The dogs are going nuts up there. I think my partner's probably home. Chilling with my foamies. I want to join you for the Hot Wings challenge stream. You can Skype in or something. We can probably set that up. Gel doesn't hit the same. I mean, I would I would agree for sure. But that said, you know what? I do a lot of Nerfing with friends and family and with the kids, and I can't ignore how much the kids really like using gel. Mm-hmm. I would say if I had them choose on a lot of given days, they would choose gel. And what do you think the main reason for that is?
Constant firing.
Constant firing, and I think the other thing is
no pickup.
No pickup.
Yeah.
They don't like picking stuff up. So anyway, it's kind of interesting. I was going to talk on the stream. Maybe we'll do it after. I was going to talk a little bit about End War and my experience there because we haven't got together for so long.
For sure.
But we'll jump in. We'll talk about some of these gel blasters, and then if people are interested after, I'll talk a bit about my experience at End War and what's been going on this summer. At some point, I do want to make a video and talk about that a little bit, but let's talk about some gel blasters. Matt, there's a whole table full of them.
A whole table full?
What do you want to start with?
Let's get these out of the way because these are probably of the stuff on the table. These are my least favorite, I think.
Okay, these are your least favorite.
Yeah.
All right, these are from. I got these from Fervent Toys. I don't actually remember exactly what it's called. Like a lot of these are just kind of named like gel blaster.
Right.
They're named something pretty simple. I will say I've had pretty good like delivery service, and I haven't had anything break. So I have no complaints about the quality of these. I mean, they do feel a little bit cheaper here and there for sure, but I've had pretty good luck, and I've fired a lot of rounds out of these too. Right. Where is the on button on this? Because they are not made here, they don't have quite the same rules around making things obvious. So I'm just going to, there we go. I'm going to crank those up. I'm going to switch to the target cam here. Boop. All right.
Where's the other one? Oh.
The button for this one, it's hidden up here on the barrel. On the other side.
Oh, right there.
There you go.
Oh, that's gracious.
That's all right. You do have, you do have a laser sight on this one too.
It's the bottom.
There you go. So yeah, I don't know when my laser is for this one. So this one is a slower one. This one is probably like 110 FPS, but it's... So this one's pretty small, like it's not super impressive quality-wise, but again, hanging out with the kids in the backyard and stuff, like a small little sidearm like this, like the range is not amazing,
right? But
it's not too crazy different from Rival, I would say. You might want to turn that laser off just so I don't think it's an actual laser by any means, but yeah, and I just saw that comment there, bots on the needing more orange. That's definitely been an issue with a lot of these gel blasters that are coming in, is they don't have orange tips on them. I'm using pretty much all of these exclusively in my backyard, which is 12-foot fenced around, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, I wouldn't go swinging a lot of these out and around, even though they're pretty cartoony looking. Better safe than sorry. I'd rather be a good example than a bad example. So that's these little hand buns. Let's cruise through to the next one. I'll make a gel blaster pile beside me. You know what? Let's talk about this one. This one is actually, this SKD blaster is pretty good. Now, it's very similar to, like, in form factor and stuff, it's very similar to the original gel blaster Surge. Like, it has a lot in common with it. One thing I do like is this one has, and you gotta fire a couple to get them going on a new hopper, so just, oh, there we go. This one performs a lot better too. This one's probably like 150 FPS. Pretty accurate, pretty fun, and as you can see,
lights up.
It's got a light up muzzle. So this one, I'm a pretty big fan of this one. These are available on Amazon too. I have a red and a blue one. When I got my red one, the light had a bit of a loose connection. They got me a new one right away, and the other one still worked great, just the light wasn't quite working. So a little bit of quality control issue on that, but this one's fired a lot of rounds, and it's pretty fun. Ooh, little. That's hopper systems for you. Every once in a while they skip. But like we were talking a little bit, Matt, about kind of the other draw. Like one of the reasons the kids love gel blasters is one reason I'm not as big a fan.
Right, the constant firing. You just lay down suppressing fire
everyone
for the entire
has,
fight.
Everyone has suppressing fire all the time. Like I'm not even the biggest fan. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Proton Pack. I love the Adidas Jupiter.
Right.
I'm more of a fan of it as like a hobby thing and a showing people thing than I am actually using it. Like I think the more ammo you have, I don't know.
And it's fine because most of the games that you play, one person has the Jupiter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's against multiple people with a disadvantage.
Right, and you do things to balance it too.
Right, whereas this is just everyone's got a Jupiter.
Yeah, like we played
hundreds and hundreds of rounds.
Remember last summer we played in the backyard a little bit, and it was just like 4 of us cowering behind cover,
just doing this,
because there's 800 rounds in there.
Right.
So that's definitely something that I don't know. Like I can't knock them as being fun. I have used these sometimes. I've used these instead of a Percy's at a party. Just to like not this one hits a little hard for that, but instead of like a Percy's and like picking up all those rival rounds,
for sure.
Like that's pretty good. It's like give a couple people for defending a position.
Yep.
A lot of people don't agree. I think there is a little bit of a place for gel in along with your Nerf game in some capacity.
I'm with you though. I do like this one much better than most of the ones here on the table. I haven't fired this new one that you just got, but
yeah,
this
I do want to jump over to that one. Talk about a couple others quick, and then I think we'll jump over to Nerf because and I appreciate this. People here they'd rather talk about Nerf. I would too, but you know what? A lot of people are interested in these, so I just thought I would do a fly.
You're a
through
man
them.
of the people. You're providing information.
I am providing information, and it's my channel, and this is our show. So I'm gonna go over to the chat for a second here, real quick. Let me go up here. Oh, yeah, but it's good. I like when there's chatting between the peeps in the chat. Yo, Jet, what's your favorite Springer that I own? My favorite Springer that I own, I am more of a flywheel guy, if I'm super, super duper honest. Mm-hmm. My favorite Springer would actually probably be something like more simple. Like, I do love, and I use a lot of like regular Nerf quite a bit too. Like I do like I like plinking. I really like plinking with a rough cut. I really like I like pistols as well. Like I like those smaller blasters. Boy, it's hard for me to pick a favorite Springer. To be honest, there's so many that I would just like pick up and plink through. I wouldn't say I could name a bunch of favorite flywheelers. I have a bit of trouble naming like a favorite Springer. Like there's lots that I love, but I'm not like, oh, this is my go-to every time. So that's my answer on that. Nerf Talk's here.
Very political of you.
I'm very political always.
Is here Nerf Talk?
Nerf Talk is here. Hello. Brawl Crazy is here. And Alina subscribes to Not Enough Nerf. That's great. Not Enough Nerf has a great channel. You should, if you don't already subscribe, go check his out. He's doing lots of crazy things and adding big crazy batteries to which is definitely my jam. You should check out Bots and Blasters too. He's done a couple thrifting runs, which I always enjoy. Watching people do, like I did, I put up a thrifting one the other day. Watching other people do thrifting runs is always just like, oh god, they're gonna find something I really want. Oh no. I mean, you're happy for them, but it's hard. Or when they leave something behind and you're like, no.
I have experienced that in the past. Yeah, I watch a lot of thrifting videos, and it's always heartbreaking to see something pan across the screen and they don't pick it up.
Oh yeah, you're like, oh, I know what that is.
Yeah.
That is very, very, very tough. Chilling with my foamies, can I get a shout? Sorry, you're such a mainstay. You've been here for so long. I was more introducing the new, but yes, check out Chilling with My Foamies. Check him out on YouTube as well. He does a lot of silly videos where he's probably just going to get shot in the face with something, or shoot someone else in the face with something, or lately on TikTok eating a lot of chicken wings, which I mean, you know what? I'll take all that content.
Sure,
that's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Dude, all right, let's get back. Let's cruise through a couple more of these gel blasters here. I do want to get to the Starfire because that one is very, very cool. But let's look at, this is like another Fervent Toys one. This is the little
MP5, MP7.
It's like called the R99. They're doing their best impression of Apex. It is a cool little blaster. It hits a little harder than the pistol. I think it's like 120 FPS.
Not as consistently accurate as the last one.
No, for sure. These are a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
They're also more inexpensive too.
For sure.
I mean, this one has like a little red dot thing on it too, which is kind of cool. But this one, not bad. This, you know what? This one. Oh no, I'm so sorry. This is a kind of. This is a controversial one. I got 2 of these. and both of them had an issue with them,
Right.
which is a shame because this thing is. Oh, sorry, I don't want to get you in the face. Because this one is a cool blaster. It looks cool, that's for sure. It has like this light up sight and stuff on it.
Right.
You know, it has this stock. It's pretty comfy.
Barrel.
It has this drum thing, and it does. If you get one that works,
Yep.
if you turn it on, takes a second for the drum to feed. Does this have gelatin in it?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Here's everything you need to know about this one. It has been a very inconsistent time with this.
Right.
The first one I got, the drum wouldn't feed. The second one I got had a broken spring return. I have talked to the company that sent it to me. They did tell me that they've done a little bit of a revisit to their quality assurance on these, and that they'll send me a new one when the new ones are out, which I do respect that quite a bit, that they seem to care. I guess the proof will be in the pudding. I always feel bad if somebody sends me something and that happens. This is another blaster from the same company. The box from this one, if you saw my YouTube short, was comically called the GCO. Yeah. But what's kind of neat about this little blaster, though?
I do like this one's cool.
Oh, where's the power? Here we go. So this one is cool. It doesn't shoot like super hard. This is probably my least hard shooting one. It's like 85 FPS. But again, for a backyard friendly game with the kids, plenty. But what I like about this is if you turn it off, you can actually
single fire.
Yeah, you can manually prime that and single fire it. And I also like that the little magazine that it has in it as well actually goes in and looks like a magazine instead of a drum. So that's cool. The only bad thing about these is those mags are proprietary. Right. So I tend to prefer these because you can use them on anything. Not too bad.
Pretty accurate,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, I do appreciate these because they work on so many. And like I said, they're basically, it's pop bottle tops, right?
Yeah.
So you can screw on a top and just put this in a pocket or a bag or something and have infinite reloads essentially.
For sure. And like looking in the chat too, like seeing a couple notes, like looks too realistic. Like I definitely get people saying that. So again, if you want to send me something, I will look at it. But I would agree, like, and when I do reviews on these, like, I usually talk about the fact that there is an orange. You should really be responsible where you use these things. Mm-hmm. I mean, where we are in the world, you know, if you use this responsibly, it's very unlikely you're going to have any trouble. But right. I still, like, I wouldn't walk around with this thing in, like, a jacket pocket or something around uptown,
flash it,
even in our small city. So it definitely is a problem. I mean, these wraps on it, I think that softens that a little bit. But yeah, I agree with you guys for sure. Like, I much prefer that SKD blaster that we looked at. The one that I think Bots and Blaster said looks a little bit more Star Trek-y. Yeah. It looks like, I like that it looks like a futuristic, like, phaser weapon. Mm-hmm. Of all the ones we've talked about, that would be my favorite one so far.
Me too.
And then we have this, like, this one is like a pro one. This is another Fervent Toys one. This one's interesting because it's like pro and it's bigger, but it's about the same performance.
There we go.
Ow. There we go. Some of these gellets I've been storing a long time. Right. So my orange gellets are not maybe that's an issue. That doesn't seem to be feeding super well. I would say this one is generally about the same as the R99 or whatever. Mm-hmm. Again, the quality of those ones is not quite as high, but they are a little bit less expensive. Some people really like that look of them. Again, you just gotta be responsible with them.
Right.
Let's bust open the.
Sure.
There is the Scorpion. There's the Scorpion and Uzi. I'm gonna read the room on this chat and be like, people are more. Let's show them like the things that don't look like actual firearms, which I totally respect that because that's something that I'm not the biggest fan with these either. I would rather have things that look like phasers and lasers and like futuristic plasma things and stuff. Right. So I totally get it. If anyone is kind of curious at any point has some questions about any of these other ones, definitely happy to do it. There is no limit to these. Maybe we'll circle back to firing some of these guys if you want to see them. But for now, I'm kind of excited. I'm excited for you guys to see even not being like the biggest fan in the world. Well, I shouldn't say the biggest fan in the world, but like gel's never going to be my main hobby. Gel Blaster sent me the Gel Blaster Starfire, and this thing is really, really, really cool. So this one gets performance at about 175 FPS, and it also comes with this kind of barrel that you can, and this lug that you can screw into it, so you can take it down to like 100 FPS.
Okay.
So you can make it more family friendly, which I think that's pretty brilliant.
What is this? This is a nozzle, like a...
Yeah, so you put that in, and then that barrel goes in with it, and that slows them down.
Gotcha.
Basically. So I think that's pretty neat. That's a good idea. I'm going to hand you some of these special glow-in-the-dark gellets. This Gel Blaster, too, you can get this at Target or maybe Walmart. But you can buy this off the shelf, too, which I know is more comforting for a lot of people, for sure.
Right.
You can get that SKD Blaster from Amazon, which that's kind of also more comfortable. They have good return policies. But this one you can actually physically buy in a store. I also like that this one has Select Fire. This one has... I just pointed that at you.
You did.
That's fine. This one has single shot and full auto, which I really, really, really like. Because it kind of does away with that thing that we were talking about as far as it just being so much firing. Like, I mean, every time I do a video like this, I get like 800 comments of no full auto in buildings.
Right.
The old airsoft thing.
Airsoft, yeah.
Which I get, but like you can actually do that with these, which I like. So we're gonna go Maritime Foam After Dark here. I'm gonna flick off these lights. Before I flick off the lights, I'm gonna check the chat real quick here. Brawl Crazy really wants a Tomcat. That does look like a cool blaster. I've been tempted. A friend of mine here in town has actually ordered a Tomcat, and he said he'd let me try it when it comes in. So that's kind of cool. The guy lives over the west side. YoJet, I've been trying to slowly introduce my friends into Nerf, but they just think it's for kids. That is the thing. I mean, that's where you kind of get into slowly. It takes some time, but like modding even some simple blasters, like even modding a Retaliator with like an inexpensive spring, or even getting 2 Retaliators thrifted and like doubling the spring. Like, I get it, and I see why kids would do that, but like that's when you get into a little bit of light modding, and that can really open up people's eyes, I think. That's what I've experienced from throwing kids parties, for sure. Glow-in-the-dark gels. Nerf is so cool. Everyone has Nerf. I mean, lots of people do. Glow-in-the-dark is my weakness. Yeah, I have a Nerf Firefly as well. I love glow-in-the-dark stuff. Yeah, the XL Carbine, that looks really good. Or the XL Carbone. I like that too. All right, so we're going to go Maritime Foam After Dark. We're going to try. All right, here we are. So there's a button on the back that turns on a little UV light.
Sure.
There we go. I'm going to do single fire first, maybe.
Left,
so we got a little
selector.
light down here. Got some glow action going. It takes kind of a minute for these to charge, but this works. You know what? Let's do full auto first. That's more fun.
Yeah. Give the people what they want.
Let's show them the stuff. Ready?
Yep.
I have too much ambient light that's showing as well as I'd hoped on camera. I might still have too many lights on. Hold on, I gotta turn more lights off. More lights off. Get comfy, Matt.
All right. This is where people start telling ghost stories, right?
Sure.
There you go.
I want to show the people the glow.
All right. If I can see the
the target.
I can't see the...
I don't think you can see it on the... I think the other camera might not be good. I'm going to go main broadcast, and you might be able to see if I shoot across. A little bit. Well, this looks really good for us, guys.
It does, yeah.
This one is probably the closest, I would say, to like feeling like you're using like a Fallout like plasma weapon or something. Like
or
when you're
something
firing this
Star
in
Trek
full auto, it looks really good.
I do like the single fire. It's cool.
I like the single fire a lot.
You can double tap for like a burst.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna turn these lights back on because
Okay.
no one can see anything we're doing. But it was a good idea. We tried it.
All right, let's see if this works. Hey!
Yay! We're back.
Production quality.
The production value is just going up and up in these 9 streams, I would say. Glow in the dark night soon for sure. That would be super fun. But I'm really impressed with these. So like I said, it has this little glow thing up here.
Right.
This runs on 2 AA's. This has this like changeable thing that you can change the team colors if you want to do that.
These little slots?
Yeah,
Okay.
this comes out a certain way, but
Yep.
I like the look of this. I love that purple and green. I think this is my kind of gel blaster. I feel like this. So I have 4 of these. They sent me 4 of these, 2 regular ones and 2 Starfires, and I have 4 because I did a Kickstarter for this a couple years ago.
Right.
So I have 8 of these bad boys now,
Right.
and I have those 2 SKD blasters, which are kind of in the same realm as these.
Now, these gellets are, the only difference is they glow in the dark, right?
Only difference.
You could screw one of these in.
Yeah, they're the same. They're the same diameter
Right.
and everything like that. I'll probably get a few more of these gellets at some point.
Yep.
But this is a cool blaster.
The build quality is also significantly better. Like the plastics feel better. They're not as creaky or as flimsy.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you know what? As much as they look kind of, they look more sci-fi, so they're actually pretty comfortable. Like, pretty comfortable to use. Yeah, they have the hopper up top, which some people don't like. Like, that is the advantage of a drum mag, is you're getting, you don't have the hopper in front, but the drum mags don't work as well as
Keep
the
it simple,
hoppers.
stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah.
Cool. I like that.
I like those a lot. I tried those outside last night and was kind of giggling to myself. They look pretty cool. I'm gonna get my daughter to try these after the stream really quick because I shared a picture last night with Gel Blaster and they reshared it because I just shared a picture going, oh, I can't wait to show these to the kids, and they're like, oh, I can't wait to see what they think. So
Right.
I want to get that. Since they were kind enough to send it, I would like to get a review
sure.
and all that.
Is this internal battery, USB-C charge?
That is internal battery, which is like, I think you get a lot of charge. I mean, I don't think I've ran one down even playing for like an afternoon.
Right.
That would be not. Some people would not be as big a fan of that, but I don't know. For kids and stuff, you're not losing batteries.
How much is this for just a single one?
I think this bad boy's somewhere in like the 60 US range.
Okay,
I
that's
think.
fine.
Yeah. So yeah, not too bad. It definitely makes it simpler having it built in.
Yeah.
I should have double checked my prices. I think it's around that, but yeah, they're pretty good. I'm looking forward some night to having like a bit of a. I would do like a gel night with the grown-ups for sure, and just tell people single shot.
Yep.
For now until it's time to not do single shot. Let's talk about how we go for time. 9:26.
Not bad.
Chilling with my foamies, got a bounce. Thank you for popping by. I think we should probably talk about some Nerf stuff.
Sure.
I feel like that's what the people want. I like that I did a gel stream, and basically the lesson from it is like nobody on my channel really wants to talk about it. Which is, which kind of makes a lot of sense. So like on my YouTube channel, it's very much a lot of people like you guys who are very into the hobby. Like I would say it's a lot less casual people on YouTube. TikTok, Gel Blaster stuff goes over super big. Mm-hmm. But my TikTok audience is definitely a lot more casual. Like I follow people who like build stone knives, and I'm not going to build a stone knife. And I follow people who like, I don't know, paint rocks and do I follow a lot of stuff that I'm not going to do. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool, but I'm not going to do it. And I think that's kind of the same thing. So I think they enjoy seeing that. So it's like, and if you're like, it's like. And I mean, I'm going to cater to that a little bit because there's like 206,000 people on TikTok. But you guys in YouTube, you're my favorite. Little heart. Yeah. So one kind of fun thing is I have 2 Nightingales now. I thought it might be fun to do a little shootout with old Matt here with these dual Nightingales if people are interested in that. And as always, I'll give people the chance to bet on who they think is gonna win.
Trigger discipline, Anthony.
Well, you know what? It was drifting in there. I should. You know what? I'm gonna reset those targets with this. Right. Hold on here. There we go. All right. So, in the chat, anyone have any thoughts on who's going to be the winner of this duel here?
My money's on me.
Well, all right. Would you like to do a friendly $5 beer wager?
Sure.
All right, then.
Here we go. Do we want at a time or first to get them all 3?
I think we'll go.
Shot for shot or the fastest to get all 3?
That's tricky. Let's go fastest to get all 3.
All right.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. That was as close as you could be to a tie. But that was...
that was my last shot as well.
Oh, I had
3.
so many.
Also, my middle one bounced up and down 3 times.
I mean, I didn't see it.
They can attest.
I mean, I could do replay, but I don't know. I'm gonna try to get in that bear.
Of the blasters that you have, this is probably my favorite.
Yeah. So at Endwar, I ran one of these on the second day. So the first day at Endwar, I ran my Percy's and basically decided I can't afford to run a Percy's or a rival at Endwar. Oh my god! Like I must have lost. I lost like 150 rounds. Like.
It's like a casino. You just gotta go there expecting to lose all your rounds,
and
whatever you come back with is bonus.
Right, and I do, but that's a lot easier to stomach if you're using like Dream Waffle Heads or like something like these that you can buy like in a big tub. Like so, the second day, and plus like running around and stuff too. Like so many people died that first night. So I knew there'd be a lot of zombies, so I wanted to keep it simpler and be able to run around and move. And I wore that one on my hip. And then I had a Deuce Pro on my other hip, which I didn't end up using because, like, it's hard to use I would have had to like run out of ammo on that, so I was able to just use that. By the time I ran out and died, I didn't have time to switch over.
Right.
But next year, I'm going to run 2 of these,
dual wield them,
nice. And that's going to be
Akimbo Nightingales.
Oh, it's going to be pretty great. I'm really looking forward. And Endwar had its issues. I wouldn't get super into it here, but I will definitely go again. But like one thing that I would say, I hope Endwar does next year. I would say for any big weekend event like that, I like the sound of it being persistent over the weekend. Like you get there on Friday, and like when you die, you're dead for the whole weekend. But man, if you drive 14 or 15 hours,
die in 25 minutes.
And I had a few people who I met just like through the channel and stuff who drove 6 or 7 hours or came with their boyfriend or girlfriend and they died the first night.
Right.
And like they were cool about it, but it's kind of a bummer. Like I think Friday night should be its own thing. That's what they did in Grove City, and that was awesome because I died like pretty early at Grove City on the Saturday. I lasted a lot better at Endwar. But I felt bad for people, like, and a lot of people, because so many people died the Friday night, a lot of people thought it was going to get reset. So that left a lot of like speculation, and people I don't know. Like a lot of people were good sports, but I think it was like it's too disappointing. It's too big. Like 500 people doing that, I kind of think it's too big to have it that way.
Right.
I don't know.
There should be some sort of emergency reset if so many people die the first day or something, or some sort of contingency.
It must have been awfully close to that.
Right.
Because it felt like in the morning of Endwar, there were zombies everywhere, which made it fun if you were alive. And I think, like, I mean, it's fun to be a zombie too. Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, that's also fun. I'm just saying, like, you spend so much time like poring over your loadout and your gear, and like to spend all that time and then pack it up after one mission is brutal. So I don't know. I'd love to see them kind of change that a little bit. It was a little bit chaotic. I think the couple years of hiatus didn't help. That's for sure.
Chilling with my foamies, Rainier Akimbo setup at Florida Foam Wars.
Oh yeah, I mean that would be super super fun. Bought some blasters. He's only seen one emergency reset in all his years of HVZ. Yeah, I mean I haven't. I've only been to a couple HVZ, so I'm like talking about something I'm not an expert in. But apparently people told me like the year previous that I was there for Grove City, I think they reset it because like almost everyone died. So it does happen. But yeah, for sure, it's rare. But I don't even want easy emergency resets. I just think contain your days. Like I don't know. Like the fun of it is when you're like fighting for your life. So it's like it's a hard. I mean, I admire people who plan it. It's a hard balance with those because like you make it too easy. You just have people walking around doing nothing, and you make it too hard, and people like that. It's a tricky balance. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, a lot of good moments. I'll have to do that in more video at some point. I won't go on about that now. Do you want to hand me over that Hot Wheels blaster there, Matt?
Just the hopped up the Fast and the Furious one.
The Fast and the Furious one, which. Do I have a screwdriver? Yeah, I do. So I don't know if you guys have seen the Nerf Truck saying maybe have some small side bells. Yeah, for sure. I think like I think the part of the thing is it gets so exhausting that when people aren't playing, they're just tired, so they're taking a break.
Do any of them have any kind of contingency or, like you said, some sort of side game that you can come back as a human?
Not real. There have been things before where people could get revived with like a special condition.
Right.
But there's not a ton. Again, I've only done 2. Like, I'm not really the best person to kind of like give a whole thing about that. I would love to run. I'd wanted to do a little 1-day HVZ here in the fall. I don't know. I just don't know what schedules I'm going to be able to make that happen. It would have been really fun to do. And I would love to have stuff where it's basically the scales are tipping back and forth a bit more, where like maybe like a small group are outnumbered, but then there's like a big healing of people, or people come back in. Like, it's more fun when things are happening. And that's the tricky thing with HVZ and with like Enmore. That was the tricky part of like, I had a lot of fun in that morning, but once I became a zombie in the late afternoon, like I didn't even see the end of the game. Like, we were just walking around the campus forever because there were no humans left.
Right.
And it was not a very satisfying end to it for sure. All that, I would recommend doing it. I want to get down, and I think like with all the people that I've kind of met down there, I'd like to get down and play with some of those clubs, like some people in the Maryland group, like the Detroit Dartworks folks. Like they were super nice. Anyway, it was definitely a good time. I'd recommend it. It was people were very, very kind and welcoming when I went down there. I hung out with All the Geek a lot, which is always cool when there's someone who like you followed their stuff online for a long time. And like, now I can kind of count him as like, a friend. We're not besties. We had one weekend and we chat online, but I would consider us friends. And that's really, really, really cool. And there were people as well who were just very inviting about like, they'd see me and be like, hey, you want to come have lunch with us? And which is nice when you're driving that far by yourself.
You don't know anyone to begin with, or know only a couple people.
Yeah, there's a guy, Evan from the Maryland group, who he reached out to me on Instagram at first and was like, I don't know if you have a group, but if you do, and at one point I was like getting food and was like, I don't know where to go eat this. And he's like, come eat with us. Like, those things are super nice. So it's a super cool community that way for sure.
Danielle is a place I assume she meant for the HVZ.
Well, you know what? Maybe we will do a little HVZ thing at some point. Maybe we'll do one at the... So I guess I think I mentioned that a little bit earlier, but my partner and his wife, they're reopening their board game cafe that they used to have pre-pandemic. There will be a big Nerf area in there as well. So that should be pretty interesting. And you know what? So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is actually easier than I'm thinking to do some sort of HVZ thing. It would have to be very small episodes in such a small space.
I assume they meant the Peninsula property.
Peninsula property would be good. There's a lot of woods and stuff. Our people will talk to your people. So, what's also teams could steal from each other too. Yeah, for let's see here. I've seen small HVZs work if there are MacGuffins, like medical supplies or emergency flares. You have to collect and scatter them. But have 2 or more teams of humans, make it fun but competitive. Yeah, for sure. Like, I love the idea of that kind of stuff for sure. When I do kids parties, I'll do a lot of HVZ stuff where like 2 teams are against each other, but as they die, they just become like random zombies. Right. And that works pretty well too. So for people here who are asking about Nerf, and now that we're talking about more Nerf stuff, I don't know if you guys saw a video I did the other day, but I've been kind of into the Nerf Nitro stuff lately, which these cars are actually made of foam. They're kind of the ultimate in weird ammo, as a person who loves weird ammo.
Right.
And I have a bunch of these. I'm gonna do some videos and talk about all of them. Maybe even a long form video. They feel like so much work in the summer, but it's fall now.
Yep.
But there's like one with an internal magazine and it has like a slide.
You were talking about
there are all these springers. But this one is a flywheeler. And I was like, if it's a flywheeler, I gotta lipo it. So this guy, if you want to put your hand out there to catch this bad boy.
Do I?
It should be fine. Here we go. Oh. So this definitely, I would say this is probably like almost twice as fast. Like, it's pretty fun. And it amuses me quite a bit to have put a lipo in that. I think the Nitro stuff is actually pretty neat.
I know you have like, I saw in the video you have that little ramp with the loop.
Oh yeah.
Do they have any like actual Hot Wheel tracks that they connect to that, or it's just like you just fire them along the floor?
I honestly don't know a ton about the Nitro stuff. Yeah, you just slide that in there.
Oh, I see what it does.
So there's a rev underneath.
Okay, I see.
That's backwards, I think. That's a trick shot. pretty heavy ammo.
Yeah.
I posted this and there was some discussion on like what kind of ammo would this be? Would it be like mega or rockets? I think this should be the highest grade of all because it's very hard to fire. With this. Let's have a little spontaneous nitro chat. The other nitro stuff's right there.
So this is the mag loaded one?
Yeah, this is the weird stream where we talk about all the weird stuff. So, can you put vortex rounds on that? I mean, that would be cool. But this is very particular to cars.
Shotgun.
Oh yeah, that was a shotgun. I had no idea. So this one, you drop a bunch of cars in.
Right.
So all of these blasters I found separately, and the cars are in bags. Like it's taken a bit to actually collect up all the stuff. But this one, bolt action car sniper.
That's not bad.
There we go.
Not bad.
It's pretty cool. You want to try that shotgun one there?
It's just, does it load? I assume it's going to load both.
Oh, you know what? It actually, you prime it first. This is just like ammo storage. There you go. They have to kind of press in there, which is like, feels a little bit
I see what's
like
happening.
you're gonna,
There we go.
This is the one that will wear the cars probably the most. Well, that and the flywheel one with the lipo in it.
Right.
But the flywheel one only has one flywheel in it. And it just like spins on the top and shoots the car out.
Right?
Yep. That one actually has
Decent
a lot of
spring,
pop in that. So at some point one night I sent Matt a note. He was busy. He had responsible things to do around the house. But I sent Matt a note. I was like, do you want to go out at night, Fast and the Furious style, and race some
down the hill?
Nerf Nitro down the streets? So I am going to do some street footage at some point of racing these. Of definitely racing these.
One caveat.
Yeah.
We have to have an intro where we spray paint a line at the bottom of the hill.
100%. I hope, and I will wear a skimpy outfit.
Right.
To launch the race.
Sure.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned for that, guys. That's gonna be a pretty big vid.
This was cool.
Yeah, that one is pretty neat. I think it might have a.
It does, yeah. It does.
Yeah, I think it needs to be.
Oh, did I screw that up?
No, I think it just opens again. There you go. And then this one, I would love to find a car for it. This is like a weird Autobot themed one, but this is just kind of like a.
It's a special.
Smaller. Actually, where's it load in? I don't even know. Does it just stick in the front?
Back.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Pretty neat. I think these are pretty cool. I think there's definitely going to be some racing. I feel like if we had a party sometime, this would be like a fun racing thing to do.
I mean, if you want to introduce Nerf to that Hot Ones game, this would be a good way to do it.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Race them down the hallway.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. My people will talk to your people.
Sure.
And we'll make that happen.
Copyright.
Copyright for sure. Let's see. I'm going to go over to the chat here. Nerf talk. That'd be hilarious. Not enough Nerf. The Nitro line is much more vast than I thought. Yeah, for sure. For the longest time, I think I have like a normal one of these too. I'd only seen a couple of these around. I had no idea.
This one, right?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So that was basically the same as this one, just not themed Autobot style. But like, I chuckled when I saw that there was a bolt action magazine one and then a flywheeler one. So like, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. So now I'm into it, trying to collect all the cars. I don't really know how many there are. I need to do a little bit of research on it.
I would hazard a guess dozens of cars.
Probably. I mean, they'd be pretty cheap
to make.
I mean, they do look like a bunch of these do look
like the same
different.
mold.
I don't think they are the same mold.
Like most. This one's the same mold, isn't it? That one's the same mold.
Oh yeah, these two are the same mold. You're right. And then
no.
Those two are the same. Maybe.
Nope, these are different.
I don't know. It's they did a lot of stuff. I'm always curious. I wish I could actually see like. I would love to know how well these did. I think that about
like new, you mean?
Yeah, I always think that about so much Nerf stuff, where like, especially when it's weird stuff like this, where I'm like, I love it, but there's not hundreds of thousands of Miis out there. gobbling this stuff up.
Sure.
But like, I don't know, if you're into Hot Wheels and stuff, this would be cool. I actually mistakenly at first thought this was like a Hot Wheels collaboration before I had any of the blasters. I just made a wrong assumption and thought it was. But yeah, it's pretty. They're pretty neat though. Going back over here to the chat, the Autobot one came around the Bumblebee movie. Yeah, Boston Blasters. You are correct. That's what I'd read as well. I looked up the car. I think there's like a Decepticon car and an Autobot car. I don't know if there's a Decepticon blaster or not. I wouldn't mind finding one, but we'll see. I'll kind of. I would love to have one, but not enough to go eBay. Right. Yeah. A lot of Nerf just comes my way. So
yeah, if you're patient enough, right?
Yeah, or you just buy everything. I have behind my Target setup that you can see. Oh, I bet you Nerf Talk is at home right now. And he's like, these guys, these jokers, sitting there having a big old conversation on their Target camera. These guys need a producer. They need to fix their game. So, yeah. I lost my train of thought because I was making fun of us.
You were talking about how Nerf comes to you.
Oh, yeah. I actually, behind the Targets over there, I have a shame pile. I have literally just a pile of Nerf that is probably 2.5 feet high. Yep. And it has good stuff in there too. You just
can't get to it?
Yeah, well no, I moved it all to make room for the stream. It was just everywhere. So I'm taking I'm kind of collecting up all the Rapid Strikes and Hyperfires I can.
Yep.
And I'm doing a bunch of 9-volt mods because when I do parties at the new space, I want to kind of have the thing of letting kids use like slightly modded blasters. Not anything, no lipos or anything too crazy, but like I think a kids party where they're actually, if they've ever used a Hyperfire and then they use like a good Hyperfire, they'll be like, ooh, this is fun. Right. Kind of that point someone on the chat was saying earlier of like, you know, people like kids especially can like get to a weird age where like Nerf is really, really cool. And then it's not cool. It's like this, I think Family Foam Sport one time called it like the dark age. There's just like an age where like nothing's cool.
Right. And everything goes into a toy box and eventually makes its way to Valley Village. To you.
Comes to me. But that's why you get like, that's why I think you get all these kids who are like 13 and 14.
Right.
And they're just like, airsoft, bro. Because they just want something that's like more...
slightly higher.
Yeah, which I get. I do think the gel can kind of serve a little bit of that purpose. Obviously, modded Nerf can serve a little bit of that purpose. Airsoft is not a good thing for kids, I don't think. I think you should be pretty old before you're...
Going back, if you'll indulge me for a second, back to the gel blasters a second.
Yeah.
The like the paintball that we went to for a buddy of mine's bachelor party, it's essentially like 2-acre lot set up like a Call of Duty map with buildings and downed airplanes and a bus you can run through and
that's the dream.
Train cars. Like to just rent the space and bring gel there would be cool.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to those guys at some point. I would love to do stuff. Or like I think if you had all Dart Zone Pro stuff.
Yes.
That'd be pretty cool as well to do. Hey, Builder BB, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. I haven't streamed in so long that I feel like it's I don't know.
Family reunion.
It is. It's like a little bit of it's like a little reunion. I was talking to Builder BB. I was talking a little bit earlier about. I was talking a little bit about End War. I didn't go too far into it. At some point, I still want to do. I'm going to do the latest and least relevant wrap-up video for End War ever.
Right.
I'm going to, at this point, just try to be the last person to ever speak of End War 2022. But one of my most fun moments was at the end of End War with Builder BB. We basically knew we were going to die and just tried to take out as many people as we could along the way. And it definitely some real high highs and some real low lows.
Right.
For sure. Hey, Iron, how are you? Nice to see you as well. It has been a bit. Yeah, no, we're all over the place on this one. I forget what I was chatting about before I get distracted by saying hello to people. Oh, you were talking about the paintball field and how it'd be fun to like maybe do some gel there or like take some Dart Zone Pro stuff there as well. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm just wondering, we have about like, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you as well. Man, there's just everyone popping in. It's so nice. I wonder if I should go get a couple of those. I might go get something and open it up.
Sure.
Just for fun.
It's not like you don't have anything to open.
I have things to open, so I'm going to go get something. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Entertain the people, Matt.
YoJet is asking if we had to use one blaster for close quarter combat. What would we choose?
One blaster for close quarter.
Honestly, I would probably use Nightingale.
Yeah, I would also be very, very tempted to use the Nightingale.
I know we just talked about it, but
it's so good though. Oh, there it is.
this would be my answer. The Nightingale. Good lord.
There you go. Thought it might be fun. Let's open up
Jurassic World. What is this?
I'm gonna open up this Jurassic Pro. I'm gonna move some stuff over here. Oh, poor gel blaster. So much water. One thing I will say I do not like about gel is, man, it's just there's always water everywhere.
Water and like the gellets occasionally just disintegrate as you're firing them.
Yeah, I mean we're firing stuff in here.
Sure.
But like I would only you can't really fire indoors. That's not actually a good idea at all.
So this meant to be like the dart gun?
It's like the tranquilizer.
Yeah.
The tranquilizer. And the reason that I'm opening this up now on the stream is a friend of mine here who's actually super into Nerf and lives in town.
Yeah.
He basically was like, I would give anything to have the Jurassic Pro. So I think I'm going to we're going to work something out where I'm going to get that to him. Because I got it at one point to just, I don't know,
Because it's Nerf.
because it's just to try it. People were trying it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have a super devout need for me to have it. I've actually heard some rumors that they might put this out with a different skin at some point.
Right.
I think this blaster is neat. I dislike that.
If you just made it look like a dart gun.
You
this
can
is
have
cool.
You can have the right colors.
It's a little
Yeah.
mosquito and amber. That's cool.
I think
But this is just a random sticker with a logo on it.
That's kind of what it feels like. I'm in the same boat.
What's this go on? Let's see. Going this way?
I don't know. A thrilling time for everyone to see us assemble a thing at the very end of a stream.
That's cool. Is that? Oh, yeah. What's that?
I'll let you assemble here. I'll answer some questions.
Okay, sure.
Hello, Danielle McPherson. Nerf Talk. Jay wants to know why you're not wearing your sweater.
Your Nerf for your maritime foam?
Oh, yeah, my maritime foam merch that my girlfriend made me is in hard shape. Just because I've worn it so much for videos. I'm actually going to do some new stuff and actually make things that I can order. I'm going to do some maritime foam shirts where I do different colors of the logo for different ammo. Do a round version of the logo for Vortex, a big one for Mega. I might even now do a version of the maritime foam logo that is shaped like a car, because that's another ammo type.
Yeah.
Plus, it's super hot in here. I mean, Matt is always cool as a cucumber with a sweater on, but it's very warm, so that's part of the reason. Brawl Crazy saying wet. It is. The table is wet. It's very annoying.
Yeah.
Nerf Talk, where'd I get it? I got the Jurassic Pro one when I was down in the U.S. actually for End War. Whenever I'm down in the U.S., I take advantage and I buy way too much stuff
that is the Canadian way.
Yeah, that we can't get here. So, the stock attachment point looks easy to snap.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a little push release.
Okay.
And it slides out of the stock.
Well,
it's not bad.
Yeah, that might be fine.
It's the first, usually they go out with this end piece, so this is the
Yeah.
first I've seen it slides into there, so it's kind of cool.
It does look neat.
Yeah.
Give that a fire, man. I'm gonna switch over to the old Target cam.
You mean the regular camera?
I think the Target one.
What is this?
Oh, you looking to prime it?
Yeah.
It's bolt action. It's a bolt.
Oh, there you go.
That's what sorry.
It's there's got to be a mechanism somewhere.
There is. And it's nice that it's screw in, so you can have it either side.
On both sides, yeah. Alright. Ooh.
Pretty stiff prime.
Yep.
Oh, did you feel that wiggle?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you know what? It's probably not in because it's got to be the bolt needs to be back.
Oh, before you.
Cheapers.
Yep. Oh, I see.
There you go.
There's a little pull down sight there.
That's
iron
cute.
Sight. That's primed all the way to the north.
Yep.
Yeah, look at that bend.
That feels
It's
dangerous.
A little, yeah.
I mean,
The sight's
it
pretty
hits.
good, though.
It hits like a truck. Like it hits
The
really
side's
good.
straight. Probably let that pull on the other side. For righty.
Yeah. You know what? The sight's really good. All that's good. I almost feel like I'd want to like put something here
Like it bends a lot.
to bridge that. That
lot.
feels.
It's, I assume mostly because it's like the actual stock itself looks cool, but it's just basically this tiny little piece of plastic. The rest of it's just for show. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually do anything. It might fix itself if you put the prime on the other side, but or the pole rather.
Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I will say, you know what? I got to admit. Oh, hey, Nerf Quest, how you doing? Yeah, not enough Nerf. Can't wait for that to go on sale. I actually got this for a pretty good price at Target. I forget exactly what, but it was on sale. It wasn't super expensive, so I can't complain. Like, it's neat. I think the fly and amber idea is really cool. I don't know. I guess they're going for like a stone thing with that pattern on the thing. I never liked that. So I think. Oh wow! I managed to hit myself in the chest. So, are there any other Bolt Prime Pro Blasters? I feel like I should know that. I don't. This might be
The only one, right?
This might be the only one. So something I would almost using this too. Like I would probably use less of the stock and like
Yeah.
push
Use your hand.
with
Yeah.
my hand, which is like not gonna make it easy for being fast, and that would wear you out for sure. I just hit that bear.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, it's pretty good, but I think I'm gonna work something out with my pal. Like I feel like I live in an embarrassment of Nerf riches. So
Yes.
if someone is like, oh, I'm such a big fan and I would really love to have that, I think I'm gonna figure out a way to get it to them instead. I would probably be interested in actually getting another one of these if they came out with if they come out with a different shell of it. Maybe I don't really care.
Yeah, like the form factor is nice. It's a good size. The stock, like the stock is a decent distance away from the handle, so you're not like scrunched up like this trying to look at it.
Oh yeah, it's very
Ergonomic.
it's very adult friendly, I would say. In all
Tiny
those
little
ways.
rail.
Yeah, it's kind of I guess if they wanted to put like a foregrip on there,
Yeah.
but and this barrel is nice and big.
Yep.
And I think it screws. I don't know.
so.
I think it screws out though. I think it will actually come out.
Right.
Bought some blasters. I ran in a
Wow.
war. It's fun. Yeah, not for speed for sure. Wow, a bunch of Nerf raiders I watch are in here. It's all people making videos and nobody who watches them in this. That's fine. This is good. That's why I say it's like a hangout. I'm pretty glad. A pain test was requested. And Bro Cooper, how you doing?
Pain test?
And King Corva says that is the only Bolt Prime blaster in the Pro line. Yeah,
It's stiff.
it is pretty stiff.
Yeah.
We had a request for a pain test. You want to shoot me?
Oh, with this thing.
Yeah, I think
Do
so.
I have
I
any,
think so.
do I have anything left?
I don't know.
We're about to find out.
Let me put a mask on though. I'm gonna guess being this close, it's not gonna feel great.
No.
If you could hit me center mass, that
Center
would
mass?
be
Alright.
preferred.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but it's like, you know what? Take a few shots with the Starfire thing, so I can see how that feels.
Oh, sure.
Not to jump over to.
Let's quickly hit target there.
Yeah.
Do you want full auto or a single shot?
Give me full auto. See how
Alright.
that feels.
You asked for it.
Center mass, if you could.
Yep.
Yeah, it feels. Yeah, it doesn't feel pleasant,
No.
but it's fine. Pain test requested. Pain test provided.
Yeah, like this is honestly like the form factor is this is something I would be interested in, like the bolt action rifle, but it feels flimsy.
Yeah, it is a shame because like the rest of it is pretty good. I feel like you could probably mess around with this though, and actually like add some metal onto this, like or there's probably something you could do to it to make it firmer. Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's a bit of a flaw to have something
that flimsy relied on to.
Yeah. It's a neat blaster though.
Yeah. Safety.
I've been meaning to open this up for a while, so I'll have to do a short about it, and then maybe see if I can have this get over to its new home. I think that's probably the right decision, especially. Oh, I hate to try fire.
I won't let you. Oh,
Safety's on. Yeah. I don't have the heart to keep it if someone is like, I really would like it, and I'm not going to touch it very often. Right. So, anyway. Yeah. What's Bro Cooper? If you turn the blaster sideways, hold it like a gangster, and prime the bolt from the top, it has much less flex. I mean,
I feel like that defeats the purpose of a bolt action rifle.
I mean, I love the idea of the gangster prime on that. I mean, I like it, but I'm yeah, it is. I mean, it's totally a good collector piece. You're right, Nerf Talk. And I actually think if I was keeping this, honestly, I think what I would do is I'm looking at like this gray right here and this, like I would almost design something to brace it.
Is this just the standard end piece or no?
No, it's just like a little circle cap thing. Right. But I feel like you could brace it or something. Right. But it's definitely super cool.
Right. He mentioned it's a collector piece. I guarantee you someone gets this for their kid, like a Jurassic Park fan, and it is way too powerful and way too hard to prime, so you'll show up at some point in the Valley Village.
Yeah, it might be the most likely of all the Dark Zone stuff to show up somewhere, to be honest. Yeah. So, cool. Well, here we are. We're at 10. This is, I'm going to just check out the chat, and then we'll probably sign it off here. Bots and Blasters, I know the Scavenger had a bottom stock like that, but didn't have near the power of the Jurassic Pro. Right. Plus, the Scavenger had, like, it had a lever action.
Right.
So you're really not putting the same pressure.
Bracing it against the stock.
As the bolt action. I love the Scavenger, though. Bro Cooper Gangster Prime works. I mean, I like it. I'm into it. The stock mechanism is similar to the one in the old Starfire, which isn't great. Mm-hmm. Is there any short length pushers you know of for the Spectrum? I heard this one on Out of Dark's website isn't the best. I'm not sure. I actually haven't done that yet. At some point, old Matt might want to phase 2 his Spectrum build he did and look at a short dart pusher. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Mm-hmm. Bots and Blaster saying that Phone Pro Shop might have one. Builder BB, cool. And Lexun. At this point, with all your blasters, what's your go-to? People make me choose go-tos. It's very, very hard. I'm going to switch back to the main view for us to sign off here.
Sure. I mean, I would assume it's one of these.
Well, you know what? I think my go-to, if you said you can bring one blaster, and we're gonna like mess around, I think I'd probably bring the
Nightingale.
I'd bring the Nightingale. The Nightingale is super fun.
Do they have more than that? Do they do like a... No, they were doing a small submachine gun, weren't they? Yeah,
there's an SMG, the Worker Phoenix 2.0. Mm-hmm. I guess there's a bunch of... I would like to get that. It's kind of has a nice... It has select fire and stuff in it.
Right.
It would be a really nice complement to this. I want to get one. The select fire board, I think... Maybe that's been worked in. My knowledge might be out of date on this, but like they were having trouble getting the select fire board for a while. You could get the one from China, but it was like all in Chinese characters. Right. And then, so like, I'd rather wait for the North American one. Right. And then I heard there were just some quality issues. So I don't know. I haven't checked in that in a while. But I would love... I feel like this and the Worker Phoenix 2.0 would be a nice combo. Mm-hmm. Like, this is definitely a blaster, too, where it's like a pretty complete package. Like, I'm probably not going to mod or do anything to this. I might put a voltage meter in. People have been putting a voltage meter in there. That might be kind of fun. But, like, this blaster's ready to go. Like, when it comes to, like, people talking about, like, kids getting kind of timing out of Nerf and stuff, like, this is the kind of stuff where it's like, There's no way you couldn't give this to like a teenage kid and them not think it's cool. Well, I know they would because I've given it to teenage kids. And they're like, hey, that's cool.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. There's Nerf and other stuff for all occasions.
Does it have proprietary mags?
The Worker Nightingale, yeah, it's those new
Skinny
mags. A lot of people in the old 3D print gang are making blasters that will still accept these though.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you compared to a regular worker angled Talon, basically you can. Where's my Striegel? Here, I don't know where my Striegel is. There's my Striegel. Blah. So the Striegel, this runs regular worker angled Talons, but if you change out one piece, it will actually accept these ones as well. Okay. So yeah, they are kind of specific. I bought 6 of them. If I go through 6 rounds or 6 mags of rounds, the zombies have me. I'm dead. I'm not
90 rounds.
I gotta hang out with someone like Builder BB to protect me with his proton pack.
Right.
I'm not gonna survive on my own.
Right.
So yeah.
Nexus Pro as well. Yeah.
Nexus Pro. We're gonna pick up some Nightingale. Took some shots with one at End War. Yeah, super fun. 3D printed blasters are getting pretty popular. They are. I was actually just saying to Matt, like, I still I love 3D printed blasters, and I have a few, but I'm almost kind of, my favorite thing to do would be take an actual Nerf blaster and like change the internals. Like I probably if you in general, my favorite is to make sleepers from old regular Nerf. Because I just think it looks cool to have like old classic blasters. Like my barricade that I modded, the barricade is actually, I might take something like a barricade with me to End War as like a little secondary or on like the other, I don't know, put it somewhere just because it can be operated one-handed. Right. Anyway, here we are. We've been an hour. This has been kind of I feel like maybe we were a bit rusty, you know? You're like, but I just, you know what, I think it's just the subject matter of like gel was not although I think it was fun talking about the Starfire stuff, but I think it just kind of shows that a lot of the gel stuff is all the same. It's all the same, and the overlap is not quite there of the Nerf crowd and the gel crowd. There's a small overlap, but it's definitely a different crowd. Yeah, it's definitely a different crowd. Like I think there's more overlap with like that stuff, goofy, cool stuff like this, as opposed to the realistic. Less overlap with stuff like this, and it's all the performance of it all is just so similar. Like, you know what? I did the gel stream. I can say that I did, and I'm sure ones will come up here and there. Right. But I think this is probably the only one, and we'll go all main Nerf. I think I'm probably going to do some stuff probably do a poll in the chat for the next stream. For topics? Yeah, for topics, see what people want to see, if they want to see more 9-volt mod stuff, if they want to. I'm probably going to also put up a poll and let people choose what I mod next and start doing that. Because I'm paralyzed by what? By decision, by choice? Yeah, so I need help. Zero Tactical, hello. You're here right at the end, but I'm so glad that you're here. It's great to see you. Nerf Talk, you have a friend building a full auto deploy. That's awesome. Bots and Blasters, my favorite are sleepers. Yeah, I love sleepers for sure. Nerf gun is your favorite. It's tough. I've gotten that one a couple times. It's not handy. I really love. This is the last question, and I'll shut her down to not keep people too long past the hour. Emotionally, I love the Darts Jupiter, which I said that on a podcast with the Detroit Dart Talks folks, and they're like, no one's ever said that. But it was the first mod project I did. Right. I went from no modding to build the Jupiter. Right. But the Nerf Ultra 2 modded to fire elites. I love that thing. That's just such a big, silly, cool blaster. Yeah, I don't know. What's your favorite, Matt? Would you say? For like Nerf for any specifically, or just fires dart? Honestly, the Nexus Pro. Yeah. Okay. Nexus Pro guy. Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what you think of the new Dart Zone, the 1.2, the Pro, Nexus Pro type thing. Right. Hits like 200 FPS out of the box, over 200 FPS. Has some issues, I guess, though, with like consistent firing and stuff. But we'll see. I'm hoping to get into some more Dart Zone stuff soon. Thanks so much for joining, guys. The next stream, it'll be all Nerf all the time. Thanks for joining and talking about a little bit of the gel stuff and kind of meandering through some conversations with Matt and I. And next time we'll also have more opportunities for Matt to shoot me with stuff. Yes, we'll build that into the next. We'll make those show notes. I like it. Awesome, guys.
All right.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And also, Matt, I feel like the next stream, something was missing, too. You know what?
Something was missing.
Something was missing.
Oh, yeah. It's getting cold out there. The stream shirt.
Is it too cold for
stream shirts?
For your wild stream shirts?
Also, I was hoping someone would recognize the logo, but it hasn't come up yet.
What do you got there? You got
Video and Arcade Top 10.
Oh,
You're a little too old for that?
For YTV.
Yeah.
I am old. Thanks for bringing it up.
No problem. Anytime.
Jerk. All right. Goodbye, guys.
See ya.
This is fun. Thanks so much. Talk to you guys soon.